We are not going to be interrupting each other this time.
We have graciously considered the feedback and the constructive criticism that we've been given, and we will do our level best to not talk over and interrupt each other, even though that's who we are. That's what we do. But for y'all's listening pleasure, we're not going to do that. We're going to try to develop the habit of not doing that.
Then you're going to be like, why doesn't Matt talk more? Or why doesn't TD talk more? It's because we are not allowed to interrupt each other. So
I promise you that will happen. But that's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, y'all.
I'm just excited.
Sorry, Matt. Go ahead, Matt.
I'm just excited that we stopped losing subscribers today, and we actually grabbed 20 subscribers.
High five.
Wait. It has to be we're re-educated now, so it's like it's actually just air high five or yeah, there you
Boom.
go. Boom.
Thanks, y'all, for joining us. So if you saw Matt's video today that he posted about Tractor Supply, stay tuned, because there's a newer and improved and better and maybe even, dare I say, undercover Project Veritas.
It's gonna be awesome.
It'll be awesome. So stay tuned. It's coming soon to a. We have this tranquil, ambient, peaceful music.
Yeah, we're gonna find some stuff. We're gonna find out the real stuff. We're gonna stop just talking about Tractor Supply from the outside. We're gonna go inside.
We're gonna dig. We're going inside.
So
the Texas boys. We have our agents of freedom out there that are documenting everything. So we'll see. Stay tuned, y'all.
Yes.
Because it's coming. So we have a real quick, brief video. I saw this ad and it is so incredibly disturbing, and it kind of partially fits in directly with today's video as it would have it. And it's about this new ADHD medication. And, we talk about observing the masses, doing the opposite. Get your kids out of the government indoctrination camps. Get your kids out of school. And this is one of the main reasons that you should get your kids out of school. But big Pharma hates your kids, just like Tractor Supply, just like all the transhumanism stuff. You know what I mean? They're trying to transhumanize the kids, and they're trying to transhumanize us, and they're trying to transnormalize the transhumanism and all this stuff, right?
True that.
And that's going to be done with the aid of Big Pharma, and it's everybody take their Soma, and this is just Soma for young folk, all right? So let's get started. Let's watch this ad real quick, and then we will not interrupt the ad, and then we will discuss the ad after it is completed in its entirety.
All right, 1 second. Let me just...
Okay, Matt will work his technical genius.
All right, here we go. Ready, set, and...
Let it rip.
For children struggling every day with ADHD, help turn the tables with Qelbree, a non-stimulant prescription medication for children 6 to 17 with ADHD. For challenging ADHD symptoms, once daily Qelbree helps provide significant relief. So instead of their world revolving around ADHD, Qelbree helps make ADHD symptoms manageable. It's not known if Qelbree is safe and effective for children under 6. Pay attention to changes in your child's mood, behavior, thoughts, or feelings within the first few months of treatment or when the dose is changed, as medications like Qelbree may increase the risk of suicidal thoughts or behaviors in some children.
Awesome.
Tell your doctor about all your child's medications. Do not take MAOIs with or within 14 days of starting Qelbree. Qelbree can increase heart rate and blood pressure and may cause manic episodes in patients with bipolar disorder. Qelbree may cause sleepiness or fatigue, so use caution before driving or operating heavy machinery. Visit Qelbree.com and ask their doctor if non-stimulant Qelbree can help make your child's ADHD symptoms manageable. For children...
Oh, 1 second. Okay, there you go. Turn that off.
Hey, Junior. Hey, Junior, you're not driving the D11, are you, today? Now, if you are driving the big bulldozer, don't take your Qelbree. I'm just saying.
So this is for kids, and then they say if you're going to operate heavy equipment, don't take it.
Or drive, don't take it. So, this is Big Pharma. They hate your kids. This whole, and this is the whole the rewriting of the DSM, and all this, what used to be ADD, which is now ADHD. And really, it's a conglomerate of this synthesized, social media, blue lit, technological, technocratic society where kids aren't normal and they don't go outside and they don't breathe fresh air and they don't play and they don't fall down and they don't skin their knees and they don't dig in the dirt, right? So by synthesizing and living a fake and synthetic life, they're hyper. And so it went from hyper, which all kids are hyper if they're normal and healthy and have a healthy immune system and have a healthy mitochondria, and every cell in their body is creating energy and they got to get it out because they're growing and all that stuff. That's called being a kid and growing and having life and having zest and zeal and all this stuff, right? That went from ADD, that went from being a kid to some diagnosis that it's something's fault, it's not my fault. And, we have to have a good reason for the synthesization of our children. And we got to cram them in this little interior box in conditioned air and put them in front of this video game system or in front of this blue screen or in front of this black mirror, right? And we got to synthesize their life. And then now they have this pent-up energy that they would normally get out through normal daily activity of being a member of mankind, right?
Yeah.
And now they're hyper. And now don't blame red dye number 5 and yellow 40 and blue dye, death dye 8 and all this stuff, and Gatorade and Kool-Aid and all that stuff, and all the sugar government, my plate government cereals from the grain industry. Don't blame any of that stuff. No. This is what's wrong is your children are lacking Kelbri, zoflanaflanaflan, and they have very low levels of sublanaflanaflan, and so they need to equalize. Now, if you're operating heavy equipment, or if you're taking MAOIs, or now it may result in bleeding of the eyes, bleeding of the nose, bleeding of the ears, bleeding of the gums, urinary tract infection, but at least it'll be manageable. You know what they're talking when they're talking about ADHD is manageable. They're talking about you're manageable. They're talking about your kid is impressionable, your kid is malleable, and you've indoctrinated him into the Prussian education, indoctrination, lack of concentration camp, right? And then you give them their soma and you give them their pill, and then they are sedated, and they're sheeple, and they're malleable, and they're stupid, and they're stupefied, and they're fluoridated. And that's what we're talking about. And they hate your kids. They want to drug your kids. And if you put them in the public propaganda camps, they're going to look for every opportunity of, listen, what Johnny needs, he's just a little hyper. He needs a little Adderall. He needs a little Quellbutrin, and he needs a little Corzernablab. What are we even talking about?
I have no
Quellby or whatever. What are we even talking about? And it's always these weird, queer, goofy names. And it's and the weird, queer branding name is followed by the Cervanaflanaflamaflab or something like that. It just, the whole thing is some Bernaysian crazy marketing scam, and I cannot tell your doctor about all the other myriad of pharmaceutical cocktails that your young 7-year-old, this product may not be suitable for a 6-year-old, but it is safe and effective.
If you have like a normal 6-year-old, they shouldn't be on anything. I mean, they should be getting like their multivitamin. Now, we are not doctors, though. By the way.
I do not.
We are not.
I do
doctors.
not represent any type of medical device.
So do your own research. Advice. But this is our opinion.
Do your own research.
We're not doctors.
Read a book. Just read the side effects. You don't.
Just do this. When there's a drug ad, mute it for the first like 20 seconds and then unmute it. That's the best thing ever. I love doing that, and I crack up every time because it's all the side effects that start playing. I'm like, oh, this is so awesome.
It's insane. It's, pharmaceuticals, it's revelation of the method. because basically they tell you all the good it's going to do. Now this product is going to cause all these debilitating, diabolically terrible paralysis of the face, bleeding from the eyes, and all these other orifices that you've never had any problems with, and blood and pus and green slime's going to squirt out everywhere. But at least you won't have eczema on your elbows. It's like,
got dirt on my arm.
Wow, that's great. There's a pill for that.
The thing is that, which I've actually talked to people that 100% agree with Big Pharma and everything like that, and they totally don't even think about any of the side effects or anything like that, which is pretty nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
They just totally trust all of it.
Especially when you pull out the insert, and especially when they start using terms like safe and effective.
Yeah.
And just every time talk about indoctrination and programming, safe and effective.
It was dirt. It wasn't a tick.
It wasn't a tick. So we just wanted to jump on here real quick. Big Pharma hates you. The pharmaceutical industrial complex hates you. The medical industrial complex hates you. It has been weaponized against us, and it does exclusively hate us. And we need more of these supposed pseudo conservative, right-wing, red Republicans. They need to start coming out and denouncing the medical industrial we don't need guys like Ben Shapiro that you need a jab to save everybody, and I got a jab, my wife got a jab, my dog got a jab, and y'all need to get a jab, and it's safe and effective, and need a jab, and then all of a sudden, the wind is blowing, and well, everybody deserves the right to the freedom to choose, even though I got the jab, and it's highly recommended, and it's good, and I still got the jab, but you don't have to get the jab. You should have the right to choose to not get the jab. Mm-hmm. But I got all the jab, and it's this right ink junk is junk just as much as the left ink junk is junk. And if these people are going to delineate themselves as...
That's what I wanted to say.
Go ahead, let it rip.
The thing, I forgot when I said my last pair. So, I've talked to some people. They're like, oh, man, we were so stupid back in the day. Look at all the stuff. We would swallow lead pills and stuff. And
lead pills? What do you mean?
No, that was the thing. Back in the 1800s and stuff.
Oh yeah, lead paint.
You would take
well, yes, yeah.
You would take a lead pill, and they thought that it would cure you, and then you would poop it out, and then you would recycle it, and you would use it again. And you're like, oh, that's so stupid. They used all these bad chemicals and everything in it. But now we're so smart. I've literally met people that have said that, and I'm like, we're no different as we were several hundred years ago.
That's true.
So I mean, it's crazy.
I was just talking to our. The man the roaster that roasts our CBD coffee. And me and him were discussing the Flexner Report. And for all of you that are unfamiliar with the Flexner Report, that was the Rockefeller Foundation. And that is the report that led us as a nation and as a culture away from an allopathic, natural approach to medicine to a petroleum-based pharmaceutical pharmakeia way of, the Flexner Report and that advent of the report through the Rockefeller Foundation is basically the keystone of modern day pharmakeia, pharmaceutical industrial complex, and basically everything that we understand as a pill for this and a pill for that with a myriad of detestable side effects. So we were talking about the Flexner Report, and I thought it was really cool that my coffee brewer that I just said it again, that roasts our coffee and then infuses it with locally grown CBD oil.
Yeah, it's really
good. A historical farm. We're going to be interviewing the farmer that grows the hemp and extracts the CBD. This guy is a super awesome. Yeah. He's an African American farmer, and his land. They have had their farm for 150 years, and it's stayed in the family, and now he's farming hemp and extracting a incredibly high grade CBD, and it's right here, and it's local,
it doesn't have that weird thing
THC stuff.
THC,
it's
all THC free,
and all that stuff is monitored and regulated. It's pretty neat, but I thought it was really neat. But
yeah, so go pick up some CBD coffee. We just got in our orders, so everybody that has ordered it, It's going out
well,
tomorrow.
except for the one order that came in today after I'd already picked up.
Well,
so we'll pick that up tomorrow.
Yeah. So
we get that stuff. We get it roasted fresh
Yep.
and get the extractions put in there fresh, and then we try to ship it out like within the week. So
yeah,
you are getting it.
Yeah. And
massively fresh.
All the custom belts, we just got it all in. Buddy got them all dyed up, and now we're just going to come to size, and tomorrow they'll be getting shipped out as well.
Okay.
So there you go.
That's awesome. So the products, we're back. The Food Farce in the Box is coming soon.
It's coming.
Check out today's video that Matt posted. Keep your eye out for this upcoming Insider Undercover video.
It's going to be awesome.
And
share it with family and friends. Share this video with family and friends. Share the other video.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're on our backup channel, that you're on our Rumble, in case we get vaporized beyond our control.
Yeah.
It will probably happen, so we're not going to be shocked when it happens. And hopefully you won't say, hey, where are you? Where did you go? So we appreciate y'all. Thanks. Please share this video.
Please.
And we will see y'all on the next video.
Yeah. Have a blessed night.